Hey, my name's Jake Robbins, aka Vincent George. We're here to do another production walkthrough of my song, Play It Cool. So with this song, I was listening to a lot of Tyler the Creator, Flower Boy, Rex Orange County. I wanted to use piano chords to kind of give that romantic feel. I wanted to use sevenths within the chords, but actually with this song I started with the beat. I just had that. From there I just built up a simple layer of drums, bass, piano and a little lead riff on top of it. And then after that I started writing the vocals to it. It was sort of a stream of consciousness for verse 1. It just sort of came out, which doesn't happen very often with me, so I just went with it. So here we are in Logic. All the sounds that I created the initial idea were with just stock Logic sounds. The drums were with this boutique 808 kit. Then I had the piano. A little trick is if you highlight all the notes in that chord and you go over to here, it tells you that that is an F minor chord. Highlight the second, it shows me that it's an E flat minor 7th chord. Third one, F sharp major 7, B major 7. After that I think I would have put the simple bass in. And that's basically the song there, apart from the lead riff, which I'll play now. Now here's where I moved it into Pro Tools. Let's go into Pro Tools and I'll show you how I built the actual production up. So here we are in Pro Tools. So we've got the beat that I showed you, but it's now built out. I've layered the kicks, I've layered the snares. It's more of a refined version of what the stock sounds were. So all the kicks sound like, we've got the original snare, we've got the hi-hats. They're just EQ'd out, made to sound quite small. A cymbal on the one. The whole kit sounds like this. And it pretty much does that throughout, except for there's a few moments where it kind of drops out. The terrified bit. I've been terrified. Yeah, it's just like a little moment to break up the monotony of the drums. We have a shaker. Little trap hat which pans from left to right, and we've got this reverse cymbal, reverse splash. The hi-hat also turns to quarter note, so basically the shaker takes the place of the hi-hat in that section. We've got this clap which accents the snare. The other thing that's happening is a high pass filter, just automated. That just makes the drums feel a little bit smaller in that section, so when it opens out again and feels full, not only does the music do that, but sonically it does that as well. Just makes it pop out. So next up there's this little breath sample that I made. It's kind of like I just wanted a bit of ear candy before the song started. And I like adding little things like that, it just makes it feel more human and more me. The Midi Bass, which is pretty much the same as what came from Logic. However, we have this waves pumper which is just creating a gentle bit of sidechain. I muted the 4th note in that section, that drum section where it kind of gets smaller. I wanted it to feel even smaller by taking out the bass, so when it comes out of it you get the weight of the bass. So there is real bass on this. I didn't want it to be too subby because the Midi bass is carrying a lot of the weight. Some decapitator, adding some saturation and drive. It's the same piano as Logic. There's some extra delay, bit of H delay. Ping pong gives it a bit of a wider spread. Crystallizer on there as well. In that terrified section, the piano does the opposite of the drums. You get a low pass, gets rid of the high end and dulls it down. So then it pops out. The other thing I did was I duplicated that piano, pitched it down, another texture there to make that section feel different yet again. I've got a synth built on the one, sent to me by 1816. It's just so that when the song enters, it's just got a bit of a hit. Reverse loop, which 1816 also did. He's great for these little chops or little drones that go through songs. Just really helps keep the pace. Often what I'll do is I'll just put my vocal through Alter Boy, either pitched up or pitched down, and I'll just put it on a loop and I'll try and find a little melodic hook. And this is the one that came out of synth lead that comes in, My Heart Is Heating Up section. A little bit of a flanger, and this ensemble plugin, which is basically just a stereo width plugin, and just to push it a bit wider. On top I have a real guitar doing the same thing. Double clap here. We go to the chorus. It's a bit of a fake chorus really. It's more of a tagline. Essentially all I did was play that vocal melody on different instruments, accentuate the melody. Piano, a few layers of strings, the mellotron, so all together. And then we get to the little solo part. It's a very similar technique to what I showed you in Fallen. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out. 4 layers of guitar. And it's exactly the same tone as I used in Fallen as well, which you can download in the description. We've got a left and right, and I'm assuming a lower octave. All of those sound like this. We've also got the AKG BX20 on there, has a send key part. And that's just to go along with the solo itself. It accents some of the notes. So there's a couple of little drum bits that get added within the solo sections. Finger snaps on the 4th snare. I've also got this little open hi-hat, trying to treat the drums as if a live drummer was playing, and naturally everyone would sort of up the energy a bit. Now I know the drums don't get any bigger there, but it's just a little subtle way of showing that this is actually a new section. It's not the same as the section before. Let's get into verse. So verse 2, the first thing that happens is you get a little beat drop out. So this song is very literally about picking a girl up for a date, and you've opened the passenger door for them. Next thing is to start the engine, so I wanted to put that in. I always love stuff like that. It makes things more cinematic, more lived in. It's supposed to symbolise a heartbeat. The other thing that starts to come in there is this soft 70s lead. It's just another thing that drives the track. That carries on to the end of the song. Another little reversed harp thing. Octave guitars. Yeah, there's a few of them. Another one that happens on the bend. And then we get into the big octave guitars over the chorus. It's kind of a weird thing to add on this song, which is so like pretty, but I wanted to add like punky, angsty guitars. Yeah, it shouldn't work really, but it's like building the tension towards the end of the song. We've got these Juno strings, supplying more tension, and we've got this choppy guitar section. That's pretty much everything. So if we get into the vocals, so you got this vocal, which is the main one.
Sorry, I'm a bit late.
All layered, and in the center, the spoken word should be a single layer. So I'll just play a bit of verse 1.
Sorry, I'm a bit late. It's 8:15. I've been hiding in my car, trying to think of what to say.
And then we've got quite a few backing vocals straight away as well. Roomy throughout verse 1.
Your beautiful face made me go look at the knees, see it in my dreams.
So the next section I want to show you is that moment with the tagline, which has the mellotron, the strings and the piano. I've got quite a few layers, 3 down the center, 2 panned left and right. You've got low octave and you've got soft backing vocal doing the same melody as well.
So I will try to play it cool.
And then if I show you it with the piano and the strings.
So I will try to play it cool. Here with you.
The next vocal I want to point out is this little moment in verse 2, and it's a play on the fragrance J'adore Dior.
J'adore Amour.
Luckily when I looked it up, it meant I love love, which I thought was quite fitting for the song, and yeah, it's kind of one of my favourite moments.
J'adore Amour. I'm trying to keep.
We've got this filtered vocal. With that I just used the CLA filter box.
I will try, I will try. I will try, I will try.
I was at my good friend Ben McKelvey's, chucked up a mic and was like, can we just do a quick gang vocals? Undeniably British, I would say. And that is Play It Cool. I hope you got something out of this. Hit the subscribe button. I also have a podcast, the P00LHOUSE Podcast. I'll put a link in the description for that. You can download the stems for this song at p00LHOUSE.com. Any questions you have, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.
So I will try. Play it cool.